Justin Jefferson is indeed kind enough to join us via the Connecticut Water Systems Hotline. I think he is at TCO Performance Center in the lovely studio there. Can you hear us okay, sir?
Yes, sir, I can.
I appreciate the time very much.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
It's always good to talk to you. We've had some great visits with you during the Toys for Tots events, which we always appreciate as well. And I was listening to your presser, and I sensed that it was a fairly emotional moment for you. And part of what I think that's about, I want to read you. I was just doing some background on, your career, and some of this the obvious stuff. But this struck me. According to 247 Sports, you were, this is coming into college, the 2,164th player in the country, the number 308 wide receiver in the country, and the number 76th ranked prospect in Louisiana for the class of 2017. You think about this now and you say, well, that's nuts. That's crazy. That's absurd. How could that possibly be? But what I sense from you is part of what drives you and part of that emotion of having that moment, this is a big moment for a player of your age, was all that background and all you remembered, because you weren't supposed to be the sure thing that you obviously have become.
For sure. Just like you said, just having that doubt, having that chip on my shoulder every single step of my career kind of helped me turn out to be the player that I am now. Just not ever being given something. Always had to work and earn everything that I have. So just having that in the back of my mind, having the mindset to go out there and kill anyone that steps in front of me. And, of course, after a while, having that confidence and having that swagger with my game helped tremendously.
It's funny. I chuckled because earlier in the playoffs, Anthony Edwards used that exact same term. He was on with the TNT guys, Charles Barkley, Shaq, and the group. And he said, no, actually, this was an ESPN interview. And he said, I just want to kill whoever's in front of me. So you guys seem to share a little bit of that sort of competitive streak, shall we say?
Oh, for sure. Just being from the South, that's kind of how we're raised. To have that competitive spirit, to have that aggression to go out there and try to kill who's ever in front of us. We definitely have that same type of mindset. I definitely feel that, watching him play. Of course, he probably feels the same watching me play. But to be young like we are and to be dominant at this game that we play at a high level, it speaks a lot.
So, the athlete, the gifted player who uses that feeling of not being taken as seriously, being as good as they think they are, it's amazing because Tom Brady, it seemed like, used it. Didn't matter how many Super Bowls he won. That's still what he was thinking about and talking about. So for you, there's a part of me that says, well, you can't even say it anymore, JJ. You're now the highest paid non-quarterback in the history of the league. That's respect. And yet I bet you're going to tell me it's still going to be part of what you do.
For sure.
And what you think.
For sure. Just like I've been saying to everyone in this building, that main contract, of course, is something that I've been looking forward to for a long period of time. But it wasn't my main focus of playing football. I didn't wake up in the mornings, early mornings as a little kid, excited to play a game just to be one day the highest paid player. I always played the game just because I loved it. I had the joy to go out there and to have fun and to do all that I needed to do to perform better than my opponent. And I just kind of have that same type of spirit, that same type of energy towards the game. Just going out there, having as much fun as possible. Of course, just having the chemistry with the teammates and the coaches and the whole entire staff in this building. It makes it a lot easier coming to work, to play this game that we love. And, of course, it feels a lot better getting a little extra money on the side.
Doesn't hurt either. So in terms, I don't want to spend a lot of time on the contract, but I want to ask you one other thing about it if we can. The feeling I had from afar was that for you and perhaps and the people representing you, that the key here was you wanted to be not just the highest paid wide receiver, but you did want to be the highest paid non-quarterback. Is that what this was about, do you think? How do you view that?
Really, I just wanted to get whatever I was valued at. I mean, just knowing what I have done for the organization, the leadership that I have with my coaches and my teammates, and just the performance that I've been having ever since I got into the league. It just shows how much that I mean to the team, to the organization, to the fan base, and I just wanted to get what I was worth. Of course, having those conversations with the team, going back and forth on the numbers and what I should and shouldn't have, and the guarantees and everything. I felt like everyone did their part into getting this deal done. I felt like we wasn't impatient on the process. We wasn't saying like we're going to sit out and doing all of this extra stuff on social media. It was strictly about business, strictly about getting the deal done and trying to get back to this team and back to this building as fast as possible. I felt like the process definitely was great all the way around, and I mean I couldn't be more happier. Just being with this team for 5 more years, and excited to see what we do.
I'm glad you brought that part up because, as you know, if you do a word association game, a lot of people, when they say wide receiver, the next word that comes to their mind is diva. There are some receivers, sure. Wide receivers. We've had some here. I covered him. Chris Carter, tremendous player, but there'd be some drama. Randy Moss, Hall of Famer, drama. We've never associated that with you, and it also bears repeating that sort of was confirmed by the way you went through this process. There wasn't a lot of stuff leaked about, well, JJ, you know what? He's starting to get a little bit nervous.
Right.
He's demanding this. So how consciously did you do it the way you did it, and why is that? Why was that important to you?
Honestly, I'm just grateful to have the people that I have in my circle, to have, my family and friends and even teammates and coaches to be in my circle, trying to talk to me about, whatever I have going on. And I mean, I'm just really excited that we finally reached to the point where now I can just focus on football. I can focus on my team, getting my team to where we would like to be. Of course, holding up that trophy every single year is the goal and the plan. So it's a step towards that. It's a long season, a long off season. Even still now, it's still more time to go until we're really, suiting up and playing this game. So until then, it's all about being focused, having that mental focus, that mental break before the season starts. Of course, it's a long, long season, a lot of weeks, a lot of preparation that we have to go through. So it's just really getting that mental ready for the season, and I'm definitely excited.
So regarding the other part of being a diva receiver, because that sometimes means leaving the contract part aside, it's on the sidelines, it's antics, it's complaining. Again, that's not something. You're a pretty expressive person. You obviously prove that every time you score a touchdown. But you haven't gone down that road very much. And so is that conscious again? Is that like just your personality? You don't like to get into that sort of thing? Because some of the greatest wide receivers who ever played have tended to be that way. Yeah.
I mean, just like I say to everyone that kind of asks me similar questions to that, it's a tough game that we play. We're at a position where we have to depend on a lot of people. We have to depend on the quarterback to throw us the ball. Even before then, we got to worry about we have to focus on the O-line for picking up the blocks and the blitzes. Of course, the running back got to step up and make a block. So there's a lot of things that really have to go right for a receiver to even be thrown the football. So sometimes those games, you're one of the top guys in the league, so you're going to get doubled, you're going to get tripled, you're going to be the main game plan for the defense. So those times it gets frustrating for sure. You just can't let everyone else know. You just can't be that type of person to express your emotions and your feelings right then and there. Because just like I said, there's a lot of things that goes into it. You just got to be focused into the game. Know when your time is going to come, and of course making the most of those opportunities. And those opportunities are not going to come every single game. You can't expect it to. So, you just got to make the most of it. Of course, this is a team game, so you can't just be selfish and worrying about getting your stats and the things that you want.
I'll tell you what, I hope that part of the change in this offense is you got, to me, Aaron Jones is a really good runner. I hope you guys run more. Now, that could come at the expense of a couple of throws to you, but I think everybody wins if you guys can establish a big-time running game with him, if he can stay healthy, because I think then everybody wins in terms of even having to respect that more, therefore opening up even more opportunities for you and other people on the outside.
Exactly, and that's exactly how it was when, we had Dalvin Cook in the backfield. Just having an explosive running back, having a running back that can open up the offense like Aaron Jones. That's something that we needed. That's something that we live for, to be able to have that run game, to be strong, to fill up the box for the defense, and then we throw it right over their heads. So to have that versatility and to be able to run the ball whenever we feel, and then we can open up the game by passing the ball downfield with the different guys that we have on this offense.
So let's finish up with this. You've talked a lot about the other JJ and what you're going to try to do to help him through this process.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even in your prime yet, really. You're heading into what could be very much your prime years.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't the open-ended nature of the quarterback situation here scare you at all or concern you a little bit? Why is it that you continue to say, yeah, I'm here, I'm fine, I'm committed, this is the place? Because, as you said, you're dependent. Your position, more than most, you're dependent at what you get at that position, quarterback.
Yeah, the quarterback is a difficult position, for everyone. I get asked those questions on, how did I learn the playbook? How long did it take to learn that playbook? And everyone's different. Everyone handles the playbook differently. Everyone has a different learning style. A studying style of learning that playbook. But, I just would say that the confidence level, just, going in with that confidence and that swagger to step on the field and feel like you cannot be touched. I was talking to JJ earlier, about just having that confidence with everything you do. We was talking about Joe Burrow and his days at LSU and what did I feel like was that changer for Joe? And he's definitely a smart kid. He's a kid that asks a lot of questions and want to learn and want to know about how to be better in this league and how to perform at the highest ability. That's kind of something that I respect from him. Even that he's a rookie and he's new, he still doesn't mind asking you questions and wanting to learn from the older guys. And me, even being still young and still trying to find new ways to learn and find new ways to better myself. Even talking to Sam and just picking his brain on what he thinks about certain things and what he looks at and how he goes on about his daily routine. So it's definitely good to get in those heads of those quarterbacks, to talk to them, talk through the routes and the plays with them. Of course, you want to be on that same page and have that chemistry with every single quarterback that you're going to be able to throw with. So it's always good to have that chemistry with them and talk to them about anything.
I really appreciate your time. We got 30 seconds, so maybe a quick answer here. You talked a lot about leadership. Mm-hmm. It's an overused word, but it's important, obviously, for any team in any locker room. How do you define it as the way you want to display it? You want to make it part of what you are going forward?
Yeah, I feel like it comes with it. Just being the player that I am, of course, doing the things that I have been doing ever since the league. And, of course, to top it off with the contract, the leadership kind of goes with you, rather if you wanted it or not. Just being going on 5 years now, I'm classified a veteran. I'm classified an experienced player. So just having the rest of the guys in this building that's not all experienced players, just trying to be that type of player that they can look at and they can be like, okay, Justin is on his stuff, let me get on mine. Or Justin is performing at a high ability, let me start performing at a high ability. So I just kind of want to be that leader, that to be more vocal, to show my teammates that it is not an easy league that we play, but also I put that preparation and that hard work in to have those outcomes on Sundays.
I very much appreciate the time. Congratulations again, and we'll see you at training camp.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.